Sorry for the interruption. We are back. It's a network failure, but we are back here at the Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. Sorry for the brief interruption. We had a little glitch, network issue, but we are back. This Onitsha South local government, delegates from Onitsha South local government. We are live from the PDP gubernatorial primaries in Awka, Anambra State, at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center. 218 delegates from all the local governments in Anambra State. 16 aspirants, but have been reduced to 13 because 3 stepped down before the election started. 13 aspirants are all in the contest. Only 3 stepped down. Honorable Tony Ngoye have stepped down, Barrister Emeka Etiaba has stepped down, and Chief Nzeribe have also stepped down. So we are having the remaining 13 aspirants. 13 aspirants standing in for this election, this governorship election in Anambra State. 13 aspirants. It's a peaceful process. Peaceful process here at the PDP governorship election primaries in Awka, Anambra State. Very peaceful and transparent process. The PDP is once again leading by examples. Everything is peaceful here and very transparent too. Ongoing at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center is the PDP governorship election primaries. There are 218 delegates to vote for 16 aspirants that have now been reduced to 13 because 3 stepped down earlier today. Tony Ngoye, comrade, Barrister Emeka Etiaba, and Chief Nzeribe have all stepped down. So we now have 13 aspirants for this election. Orumba South. Urumba South is the next local government. Standing with the red cap is one of the aspirants, the white shirt and red cap. That is Dr. Godwin Maduka. He is also an aspirant for this election. The Guber aspirant for this election, and is a turn of Urumba South. It's already proceeding, going to the voting area. It's a turn of Urumba South. It's a turn of Urumba South. And Dr. Maduka, one of the aspirants, is climbing the stage to cast his vote. The man at the console is the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu, His Excellency. Philip Shaibu is the one in charge of this peaceful process. He's the anchor. He's leading by example. Everything is going on peacefully. There were some journalists that were trying to find their way into the hall. They were not around. They were finding their way into the hall through the back door. That is the noise you are hearing. The journalists were led in by the back door, and the electoral officers are not happy. Some journalists came in. The processes will continue. The election is ongoing. The electoral officer, they have identified them, and they have been allowed to come into the hall. They have been allowed to come into the hall. We are live. I can't pick call. It's Urumba South that is voting. Hello, sir. Hello. It's Ohi local government now that is voting. We are still here live from the PDP gubernatorial primaries in Awka in Anambra State. Everything is going on peacefully. The secretary of this committee, the deputy governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu, is leading here by example. This is the turn of Ohi local government. It's the turn of Ohi local government. It's a peaceful process here at the PDP Guber election primaries here in Awka, Anambra State. Everything is going on peacefully. Delegates are voting, submitting their accreditation tags, and going back and going out of the hall through this door. right there. This is the man in charge of collecting the accreditation tax from the delegates after voting. So he local government that is voting. These are delegates from Ohi local government.
I don't know what they have done to him.
It's peaceful election here, Guber primary election here at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka in Anambra State. The PDP gubernatorial primaries. Very peaceful, transparent election, free, fair, and credible.
They're supposed to take an interview now when they're still interview. Like, okay, what she's doing there now. They're supposed to do it there now. They're supposed to do it there already.
They should finish first.
Just change position for peace to reign.
Okay. We are still here from the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka in Anambra State. Voting is ongoing peacefully. Here at the venue of the PDP Guber primaries. It's the turn of Ohi local government. It's Ohi local government that is voting. There are 218 delegates. Once again, 218 delegates, 13 aspirants, and the ballot papers available for this election, according to the Deputy Governor of Edo State, who is anchoring this, the man at the council, Comrade Philip Shaibu, told the delegates that the party has 300 delegates, so 300 ballot papers, 300 ballot papers, 218 delegates, and 13 aspirants for this election. 13 aspirants for this election. It's a turn of Ohi local government. These are delegates from Ohi local government area of Anambra State. Ohi local government is voting. It looks like the voting has ended with Tuhi local government. The hall is now empty. You can see all the delegates have voted. And the instruction is that when they vote, they leave the hall. So you can see that the hall is now empty with only security men, few electoral officers, and journalists. It's a peaceful atmosphere here at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. The next process after voting will be sorting and counting. Sorting and counting is next. Voting has now ended here at the Women Development Center. Voting has ended. We will now enter the next process, which is sorting and counting.
Yeah, thank you very much. We just finished voting. I would like, please, let's just take our seats. Let's take our seats. Some of us are sitting. My friend, take your seats.
Can we move forward?
Yes. I have to know your name. I'll collect your phone number. It's a bit disturbing. Thank you very much. We just finished voting, so the next stage, we just spend just 5 minutes to check our marks left. By the rules, what is left, I will have to cancel it. These are the ballot paper that are left, I will cancel it. Then we now come and sort paper with your agent. So just clear our table so that at the end of the day we'll use the tables to sort it. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
So as you can hear from the Deputy Governor of Edo State, who is the man on the console, Comrade Philip Shaibu, His Excellency. Voting has ended. They are to clear their table. They're supposed to cancel the 18 delegates, and the ballot papers is 300. So the ballot paper is in excess of the number of delegates, and those ballot papers will be cancelled so that it cannot be reused. So the Deputy Governor of Edo State is sorting out those remaining materials, after which they will proceed to sorting and counting of the votes. So far so good. The processes are peaceful and the atmosphere here is very, very cordial. The aspirants are all waiting patiently with their agents. The aspirants are here waiting with their agents. Very peaceful process at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. Comrade Philip Shaibu is clearing his table. Just to remind us that in this hall are 5 INEC officials. 5 INEC officials that are here to monitor this election. 5 INEC officials are here to monitor this election. In line with the law, whenever a political party is conducting an election, especially of this magnitude, INEC will be invited to monitor the process to ensure that it is peaceful, credible, and transparent. So the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Shabu, is cancelling all the remaining ballot papers in order to avoid any duplication of votes. Comrade Shabu is cancelling all the remaining ballot papers. He's cancelling every remaining ballot papers. In front are all the aspirants. All the aspirants for this election. 13 of the remaining aspirants are all waiting patiently for the processes to be concluded. They're in front row, the aspirants for this election. There are 2 ballot boxes here. Comrade Shaibu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, is doing a yeoman job here. He's cancelling all the ballot papers, the remaining. The remaining ballot papers are cancelled by the electoral officer. Voting has ended, and we are waiting patiently with the aspirants, the INEC officials, journalists. This is coming live from the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State, the venue of the ongoing People's Democratic Party governorship election primaries. The man in charge of this operation, the man in charge of these processes, is the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade PDP Guber. He has done so well, he has moderated so well. Everything went peacefully, and everything is going on peacefully. And at this time, he is cancelling all the remaining ballot papers to avoid rigging, to avoid any kind of situation. Just like we told you earlier, the ballot papers were in excess of the number of accredited voters. 218 delegates were accredited from all the local governments in Anambra State, and the ballot papers were 300. That is the remaining ballot papers after the votes. That's the remaining ballot papers after the vote. The electoral officer just cancelled those remaining ballot papers. The votes will now be sorted in the presence of the aspirants and their agents. The votes will now be sorted in the presence of the aspirants and their agents.
The agents, I would like the agents to come up.
The agents are now invited to come forward. The next process is the sorting and counting of the votes. These are the agents for the different Guber aspirants. It's now time for sorting. These are the agents for the different Guber aspirants. We can't see it from here. Somebody should tell us. Better lights. Yeah, it's time now. The real deal has come. It's time now for sorting of the votes and counting. The first ballot box, there were two of them. The first one has just been opened. Comrade PDP Guber, Deputy Governor of Edo State, His Excellency, is bringing out about sorting out the votes from the first ballot box. Tribal is identifying the various agents representing their principals. It's now sorting time. This will take a long time. It's time for sorting. We're live here at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center, venue of the PDP gubernatorial primaries. Voting has ended. It's now sorting. Deputy Governor of Edo State is sorting out the votes. Everything is going on very peacefully. All the agents of the various aspirants are standing by and taking charge of the votes cast for their different aspirants. It's sorting here. Very successful processes, everything going on peacefully. Sorting of the votes. Everything is going on peacefully here. It's the PDP Guber primary election in Awka, Anambra State. We are live, coming to you very straight from the venue of the ongoing Guber primaries here in Anambra State. Everything is peaceful, transparent. very peaceful process, live from the PDP gubernatorial primaries here in Awka in Anambra State. The sorting Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Shaibu, is sorting. The process is transparent and very peaceful. Very peaceful process. It's sorting now going on here at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka. Just to remind us that there are 13 remaining aspirants for this election, gubernatorial election. So far, 218 delegates were accredited, and they have all voted and left the hall. The hall is now empty. You can see the hall is empty, apart from the journalists and the security agencies. The hall is empty. All the delegates have voted and have left the hall. There are security agents that are standing by, watching, and there are INEC officials that are also standing by, watching in the presence of the media. Everything is happening live before the media. The INEC officials are here monitoring this process. The INEC officials are here, 5 in number, monitoring this process. Coming live from the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. It's sorting and counting. This is the only PDP Guber primary recognized by law here in Awka. The only PDP gubernatorial primary recognized by law. The electoral officers that are conducting these elections were sent by the National Secretariat of our great party, People's Democratic Party, Wadata Plaza in Abuja. Any other primary is the only Guber primaries recognized by law, monitored by INEC. Very transparent process, peaceful, free, fair, and credible. PDP is once again leading by example by conducting this very transparent Guber primaries. It's counting and sorting. Counting and sorting. Here at the Women Development Center, Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State, the venue of the PDP governorship election primaries. The PDP, by this process, is selecting a flag bearer of the party that will fly the flag of the party on November 6 this year. It's a very peaceful process here. The person on white with the PDP apron is an agent for Dr. Obioro Funko. Valentine Ozugbo, Ifedi, Senator Uche Ikunife, Chris Azubo. These are the remaining aspirants here. The aspirants are all watching while the votes are sorted and given to their agents. Votes are sorted and given to their agents. We are live from Awka, PDP governorship election primaries, and the PDP official handle. We are bringing this live broadcast to you live from Awka in Anambra State. Process is ongoing. At the end of this process, a candidate will emerge. Dr. Maduka's agent is wearing an up and down, bending down, the bearded man bending down, Dr. Maduka's agent, with an up and down kaftan. The yellow man with kaftan, with his hand on his waist, Dr. Maduka's agent. Yes, the white man with the man with the white top and the PDP apron is Dr. Biora's agent. The first ballot box is now empty. The first ballot box is now empty. It's now sorting from the second ballot box. There were two boxes here. The first one is now empty. It is the second ballot box now. Sorting is ongoing. Sorting is ongoing. Everything is going on very peacefully. The aspirants are all waiting eagerly for the process to be concluded. Very transparent gubernatorial election here in Awka, Anambra State. PDP is once again leading. PDP is leading with this very transparent process. PDP is leading with this very transparent process here in Awka at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center. The journalists are all here representing different mediums. We have NTA here, we have Arise News, we have AIT, we have other newspapers, radio, online media, all represented here. We are coming to you live, very live. That is Dr. Maduka's agent. Is sorting and counting. Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu, His Excellency, working very hard here. The one leading with this very transparent process. It's a very transparent process here in Awka. At the end of the day, the votes will be counted, and each of the agents that are collecting the votes counted for their principal will count the votes, and it will announce officially and collect it. It's a peaceful process here. We are live from the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State, the venue of the PDP gubernatorial primary election. There are 13 aspirants remaining contesting for this election. 218 delegates for this election. All voted and are out of the poll. 300,000 ballot papers. And as you saw, after the election, the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Philip Shaibu, cancelled the remaining ballot papers. And the votes are now being sorted according to the aspirants. $218 delegates for this election. 218. It's a very transparent process here at the Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. Very transparent process. The votes are being sorted and very soon it will be counted, and a winner will definitely emerge from this process. A winner will emerge from this process. A winner will emerge at the end of this process that will fly the flag of the PDP in the coming election in November 6, 2021. The aspirants, we have Dr. Okonkwo, Senator Uche Kunife, Chris Azubogu, Dr. Godwin Maduka, Honorable Valentine Ozibu, Honorable Ifrid, and the rest of the aspirants here. You have Onyemeleku, the daughter of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Dr. Kwame. The daughter is here contesting for this election. Still sorting, going on peacefully here at the PDP Guber primary election in Awka, Anambra State. Processes are peaceful and very transparent so far. One of the best primary elections so far in the history of political parties in Nigeria. PDP is showing example again here in Awka. The PDP is showing example again here in Awka with this very transparent, very peaceful primary. 218 delegates that voted for this voted in this election. 218 delegates from the different local governments in Anambra State. The aspirants once again are 13. There were 16 in number, but 3 stepped down before the commencement of election, of voting. 3 of the aspirants stepped down. Honorable Tony Ngoye stepped down, Barrister Emeka Chiaba stepped down, and Chief Nzeri Emeka stepped down. So we have 13 aspirants remaining, and this is sorting going on peacefully here at the end of voting. The end of voting is sorting going on here. Sorting has ended. The votes have been sorted. Sorting has ended. It's time now for counting.
Thank you very much. We just finished sorting. We'll start counting now. We'll start with the ones in the secretary's hand. We have 3 voided votes. 3 voided votes. 3 voided votes. So you can pull them. What are you doing? Yes. Okay, water back is there. It's not among those that will put right. Two votes for okay, and one. The person voted in 3 places. So,
That is the voided votes. One of the delegates voted 3 times or voted for 3 different people in one ballot paper. Voided. And then there are 3 void schools. You can call it council votes. This is the only authentic Guber primaries of the PDP. The only legal Guber primaries of the PDP. Monitored by officials from the INEC headquarters in Abuja. They are all here monitoring this election.
Okay, we'll start.
INEC is here. It's now time for counting. It's now time for counting.
Hello. Chi Genevieve. Oh, 3 votes. Genevieve. Oh.
One of the aspirants,
Okochi, 3 votes.
Genevieve Okochi, scored 3 votes. Genevieve Okochi, one of the aspirants, scored only 3 votes. Genevieve Okochi scored 3.
Water, 2 votes. Water, 2 votes.
Walter,
So
another aspirant, scored 2 votes.
Dr. Obiora Okoko. Two, 3,
The votes being counted now is in favor of
4,
Dr. Obiora Okonkwo.
5,
Dr. Obiora Okonkwo is
6, 7,
the one
8,
that the votes are counted in its favor.
10, 11, 12,
The votes is for Dr. Obiora Okonkwo.
13, 14, 15,
This vote is for Dr.
16,
Obiora Okonkwo.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43,
43 votes.
44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
So far, 50 votes.
51.
For Dora Akunyili.
55. 56. 57. And 58.
58 votes for Dr.
Obiora Opopo, 58.
58 votes. 58 votes for Dr. Dora Akunyili. As you can see, this is a very transparent process here at the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. Venue of the PDP
I'll go ahead now with next one is Lady Onye Chidi.
That is Lady Onyemelukwe Chidi. That is the daughter of the former Vice President, Dr. Kwame. Lady Chidi Onyemelukwe.
Lady Alexander Chidi. The next is Ude Winston.
Winston
Ubeze.
Ubeze, the next.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So far, 12 votes for
Mr.
Ude Winston. Ude Winston. 12 votes. Mr. Ude Winston, 12 votes.
12 votes.
Mr. Ude Winston, 12 votes. Lady Chidi Onyemelukwe, 2 votes. Dr. Dora Akunyili, 58 votes so far. Very, very transparent process.
The last one was 12 votes.
PDP is leading.
Chris Emeka
Azubo. The next is
Azubo.
Honorable Chris Emeka Azubo. It's a serving House of Representative member.
1.
The votes now being counted is in favor of Honorable Chris Emeka Azubogo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and
Honorable Chris Azubogo,
Chris
Emeka,
10.
10 votes.
The next is for Ozigbo Valentine Chinedu. Ozigbo Valentine
Ozigbo Valentine is the next. Chinedu Ozigbo Valentine is next.
1,
Chinedu Ozigbo Valentine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Ozibo Valentine, 62 votes.
Ozibo Valentine, 62 votes. Ozibo Valentine, Chinedu, 62 votes. 62 votes. Chinedu, Ozibo Valentine. Ozibo scored 62
The
votes.
next is the Senator PDP Uche.
The next aspirant is Uche,
One.
PDP Senator.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 40.
Senator Uche Ekwunife,
44
votes. 44 votes. Senator Uche Ekwunife, 44 votes. Senator Uche Ekwunife, 44 votes. Uche Ekwunife scored 44 votes. Senator, serving senator, 44 votes. He is sitting very close to Valentine Ozigbo, who scored 2 votes. The next is Dr. Godwin Maduka.
1, 2, 4, and 5. Maduka Godwin, 5 votes.
Dr. Godwin Maduka has scored 5 votes. Maduka, 5 votes. Dr. Maduka, 5 votes. Senator Uche Ekwunife, 44 votes. Valentine Ozigbo.
The next is Dr. Ekwena Ifedi Andrew.
Yeah, very last person there now is
1 vote.
Dr. Ifedi.
1 vote for Dr.
Scored only 1 vote.
Ifedi.
So far, so good. The process is transparent, it's free, it's fair, it's credible. The winner definitely has emerged, but we have to wait for the electoral officer to officially announce the results. But by the count, we already know who has emerged, the PDP Guber candidate for the November 6th governorship election in Anambra State. Winner has definitely emerged. Winner has emerged. Valentine Ozigbo has emerged as the winner of the Guber election. I better take the video. Take it. Musti, right, take the video for me. Take video, I'm doing live.
Please go and sit down. Please go and sit down. We are not done yet. Please go and sit down.
Please go and sit down. Please go and sit down. We are not done yet. Please go and sit down. Go and sit down.
Counting is concluded, and the electoral officer are concluding the process. That provides the results for the election. So far, Valentine Ozigbo has won this election with 62 votes. Once again, there were 218 delegates from the different local governments in Anambra State for this election. 16 aspirants, 3 stepped down, remaining 13 of them that stood in for this election. At the end of voting, sorting and counting, Chinito Valentine Ozigbo has won this election as the PDP Guber candidate for the November 6th election. He won with a total of 62 votes out of 218. His closest aspirant was Dr. Okonkwo, who scored 58 votes. And he close another followed by Senator Uche Ekunife, who followed closely by 44 votes. So the electoral officer are now writing the results for this election and will officially make the declaration. Please, can you? Okay. It has been a very transparent process in the Women Development Center in Awka, Anambra State. Dora Akunyili Women Development Center. Very transparent process. Very transparent process. PDP has shown again leadership in this Guber election with a very clean, clear, transparent process. Free, fair, and credible process so far. Valentine has emerged the winner of this very transparent process at the PDP gubernatorial election. And it has been peaceful, it has been transparent, free, fair, and credible. PDP has made history again with this very free, fair, excellent election here in Awka. We are waiting for the official announcement of the results. The electoral officer is putting down the number of votes and will officially make the declaration. We are still here. It's not concluded yet. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, who is the man in charge of this exercise, is having some few interviews with African Independent Television, AIT, answering some few questions before he will finally announce the result of this election. It's been free, fair, and credible so far. Approaching the decks is one of the aspirants for this election who came second, Dr. Dora Akunyili, standing close to the secretary of this electoral panel, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu. This is the winner of this election, Valentine Ozigbo, who scored 62 votes. It has been a very peaceful process, very free, fair, transparent process so far. Valentine Ozigbo has emerged the winner of this election. He won by 62 votes out of 218 delegates that voted in this election, by-election. Valentine Ozigbo has emerged. Next governor, Anambra State, is contesting and representing the PDP, flying the flag of the PDP. Head of November, flying the flag of the PDP in the November 6th election. As you can see, the winner of the election is already making consultation, talking with the aspirants. Right now, talking with the man that came second in that election. We're waiting for the final announcement by the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu. Philip Shaibu is filling in the result sheets for this election. And at the end, we'll announce the winner. It has been a very peaceful process. The PDP has shown leadership here in Awka with this free, fair, and transparent process.
Yeah, writing. You're still working.
I'm still
write your name.
Okay, you can write it.
Write it.
Has he written it? It's been free, fair, credible. We are still here from the venue of the PDP Guber election primaries. Chinetu Valentine Uzugu has emerged winner with 62 votes, followed by Dr. Dora Akunyili 58 votes, and the third on the line, Senator Uche Kunife, who scored 44 votes. The atmosphere is cordial. The electoral officers are putting finishing touches to the result sheets and will soon announce officially a winner. Everybody is waiting. This is before INEC officials who are watching from the sideline. There are 5 INEC officials here watching this process, keenly watching this process. The PDP have shown example of free, fair, and credible elections so far here. And the Dora Akunyili Women Development Center. There are INEC officials here, 5 in number, monitoring this election. INEC officials from INEC headquarters, 5, are here in this venue, monitoring this election. 5 INEC officials are here, monitoring this election. It's official. So far, the winner of this election is Chinedu Valentine Ezigbo. He won with 62 votes, closely followed by Dr. Dora Akunyili with 58 votes, while Dr. Senator Uche Kunife came third with 44 votes. That is an INEC official who is part of the team that is monitoring this election. They have been here watching from the sideline, monitoring keenly all the processes leading to this election today. Accredited voters 218, 3 void votes, votes scored by different aspirants. So far, the highest is 62 votes, Valentine Ezigbo, followed by Dr. Dora Akunyili, 58 votes, and Senator Uche Kunife with 44 votes. Dr. Chris Azubogu, honorable member, 10 votes. The winner of the election has been invited to sign the result sheet. As INEC, the man with the t-shirt and the cap is INEC official signing the result sheet. He is part of the team that came here from Abuja. As INEC official signing the result sheet, the man with the blue pea cap and a jean, blue jean with a t-shirt. That is INEC signing the portion that is meant for them, the result sheets. It's INEC signing the result sheets to show clearly that they have been monitoring the process leading to this conclusion this evening. It has been peaceful, it has been free, fair, and credible. That is INEC inspecting and looking at every detail in this election. The main electoral body supervising all electoral processes in Nigeria. All the agents are now being invited to go and sign the result sheets. All agents of the different aspirants are now being invited to come and sign the result sheets. agents of the different political aspirants, the agents of the different aspirants are now being invited to go and sign the result sheet. As the agent of Dr. Dora Akunyili going to sign the portion of the result sheet. PDP is united here. PDP is one. All the aspirants are working together. They're all one. They're all united. The man with the blue key cap with his phone, that is the INEC official, part of the team that are here. There were 5 in number that came here to monitor this election. INEC is here. That's INEC. INEC is supposed to take a copy, a duplicate copy of that result sheet. The main electoral body is here. INEC is here. INEC is looking at the details, as declared all the scores for different aspirants. Looking at all the details before taking a copy of the result sheet. We are almost there to the end of this process. Dr. Dora Akunyili, the man that came second in this election.
You recall that during the accreditations, 1. 6 votes.